Thank you for tuning into another episode of Breaking the Silence with Arthur, Nikki, Nicole, where you can unleash your inner voice. May is approaching fast, and I have not yet begun to focus on the motherhood drive. On Mother's Day, I will be releasing another book called Motherhood Within a Mother's Heart. It is an autobiography about my journey as a single mother. I'll be hosting a motherhood drive to give away items such as diapers, wipes, or other items from mothers to their children to assist them any way I can. So I'm currently taking donations for this event. If you have some items you would like to give away, please let me know. I know how hard it can be sometimes to be a mother, especially when you're doing it by yourself. And I want you to know that help is on the way. So, I will not hold you any longer. Today's guest is Phineus Phenomenal. I hope I'm saying that right. He is a native of Savannah, Georgia. He is an inspirational hip hop artist and upcoming producer, single handedly redefining the sound of the Southern culture of hip hop one verse at a time. He brings an urban sound that is undeniably unique, embodying a fusion of alternative consciousness hip hop from the boom bap era and neo soul genres. He fell in love with beat making. Some of his greatest influences are producers like RZA, Marley Mar, True Master, J Dilla, Fourth Disciple, and upcoming producers like Hit Boy. He loves underground basement filling drums, hitting dirty, unpolished beat style with a dusty feeling. After the countdown, please welcome a great example of music to the stage.
It's cloud level music.
Take motion together. No kind of way for you. Take motion together. No kind. 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 Take motion together. No kind.
Hello.
What's up? What's going on? What up?
Thank you for being a guest.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I thank you for having me here. Definitely.
Awesome. So
What up,
tell me
world?
how did your how did your journey begin as a producer and artist?
Hip hop, man. I fell in love with hip hop probably like back in let's say I want to say early 90s. My dad, he had like a little club, like we called it the shop back in the days, and they used to play music from the jukebox and all, and I remember like listening to definitely Run DMC. I remember listening to Eric B. I. Rakim. My dad had all of the tapes, and I remember even oldies like those old songs, like Ohio Players and Manhattans. So many, he'll get me to, download it too. Some of the music back in the days, if you know what, LimeWire, remember that. And, I listen to it, I collect some sounds, and then, I really started making beats, like that was back in 2001 when I started making beats. I started as a rapper, too. I was, rapping and everything, and I was with this group, Explosive Entertainment, from Georgetown. And the producer, his name was Brian Drayton, aka Sinai. And I started with him. It was me, him, M Money, and Tetral. I remember Tetral, yeah. And I learning how to rap, and pretty much just I didn't know how to make beats neither. But he had these beats, and he had like a Timbaland sound, and he showed me certain things like on the keyboard, but as far as the other stuff, I had to learn that on my own because I wanted my own sound. I wanted a different sound than that. Shout out to Brian Drake and Sinai. Shout out to the old Explosive Camp too. Shout out to them. But I wanted my own sound. It just wasn't something that had matched me. Like RZA. Wu-Tang, that's my favorite rap group of all time, and RZA is a supreme beat maker. Somebody he had under him go by the name of True Master. For those who's familiar with that, that sound, that dirty underground basement, dusty drums, that sound that came from Wu-Tang. And I'm to this day, I'm still a big fan of their music, like to this day, and so I heard Protect Your Neck, this back in like 93. And I remember Protect Your Neck and songs, beats like that and Cream. Those are like some of my, just to name a few, because I got a lot of all-time favorite beats. Like I just go to and I just listen to. I'd rather listen to instrumentals basically than just listen to actual songs. To be honest, I'm weird like that, So, I play GZA album too to be inspired to get inspiration, for me making beats. But this guy, he's under the alias of True Master. His name True Master, and he's like a part of Wu-Tang, and his beats is crazy. He did beats like Fish from those who familiar with Ghostface Killer Iron Man album back in '96. He did Heaters off of Wu-Tang Forever. It's just so much. ODB joint, Brooklyn Zoo, he did that beat. And hearing those type of sounds, it inspires me to like, okay, go and get the beat machine and make some beats, but yeah, what really put me on to like really want to do beats is because I felt like during the time, like when I was learning to rap back in like 2001, like I said, his beats didn't really match like what I was trying to do, like what I wanted to do. He was a dope producer, but it just wasn't, me. So I had to go look for something that brings me to bring out more lyrics and get better, Right. So I started using this software called it's an old software. This is before Fruity Loops. This is like before Fruity Loops. That's how old this is. And in fact, the person who introduced me to Fruity Loops was Big Kev. He from Georgetown. A dope producer, underground dope producer. I sure love the people, man. Like that's just who I am. I'm throwing these names out because I'm trying to, introduce you to them as well. I ain't the only dope producer from my area. It's a lot of us out there. So but yeah, like I heard the way how he do beats. My brother used to tell me, hey man, you need to get up with this guy named Big Kev. And one day my brother introduced me to him because they went to school together. He a little older than me. So I saw this is fast forward. This is 2004. I already been like 3 years in the game making beats already. It had a different sound. It wasn't like the sound that you're hearing today. I was learning how to make beats. I'd be like, man, like when I go back and I listen to the old CDs, those my very first beats, and I hear it, I'd be like, man, them joints sounds like Nintendo game beats, man. Like, it don't sound nothing like hip hop beats, but it sounds like Nintendo game because I think that that program that I was using, it was really for, Nintendo, like make score music and that Nintendo game sound. That's what it really was for, because this is back on Windows XP. You get what I'm saying? This is like a long time ago, Windows XP. So, I made beats off of that. But when I met up with Big Kev. He showed me how to use certain things on Fruity Loops, and how to really use Fruity Loops really. And I just I'm a learner. I like to learn from people, man. Like I take little pieces from people and I put it in the bowl and boom, it comes out with phenomenal.
See, it seems like you're gonna make some fire beats because '90s is where it was. Like
Yeah, that's the
Wu-Tang,
golden stage.
all those people that you name
Yeah,
are like the bomb.
Mobb Deep,
So
Onyx. I'm from the era, like Death Squad. I mean, it's so much. Even like we can't forget about the South, like Outkast, dope. Fire. Because in fact, Outkast is probably ATLians. That's my favorite like South album of all time. Throw your hands in the air, wave it like you just don't care. You remember that song? Like, yo, that's
exactly,
my
that was
song.
music.
Yeah.
That was music.
So and Juvenile, 400 Degrees. That's hands down. Everybody know that's definitely that play to this day. Like people love it to this day. In fact, he just came out with a video for 400 Degrees.
Wow.
Like this is 98 now, and he just dropping a video for that song. That's how fire it is. But yeah, he's still relevant. But yeah, like Wu-Tang, basically a big inspiration. And in a lot of today's hip hop that still do boom bap, a lot of people they influenced by Wu-Tang, to be honest. Because if you listen to dope producers like Harry Fraud, he's another nice producer. The guy who do Griselda beats, I think Derringer. I definitely know Alchemist. Alchemist took a lot from them guys, but man, DJ Premier, I can't forget about him too. DJ Premier, you can't, if you mention boom bap, you gotta throw him up in there. Premier, Primo, Marley Mar, Large Professional, definitely Pete Rock too.
Yeah, I've heard of Pete Rock.
Yeah, Pete Rock is like he's legendary. He's definitely legendary. And I'm missing somebody. It's just so many people. Cause when I listen to music, the first thing I listen to is the beat. The beat is the first thing. The production. No matter how good you can rap your tail off. But guess what? If the production itself ain't good, I say majority of people they're just not. They're gonna be like, okay, well he's a lyricist. But I ain't like it. I ain't feeling like that.
Right. The beat always got to be good.
Yeah, because I mean, look at Nas for instance, like King Disease, that whole series and Magic. I'm just my opinion. I always felt like Nas, he had, when it come down to production, like he had a deaf ear. Like he didn't pick good beats at one point because certain producers. I believe he was working with Salam one time. Few times, but the Primo joints been always fire, but LES joints been fire too. But there's certain producers he got where he just gave a chance to, and I'm like, I didn't like the beats,
Exactly.
and it kind of took away just like this album called Entitled. I think Untitled is supposed to be the N-word album, but he changed the they changed the name to it and called it Untitled, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I believe yeah. And this is back in 2009, and I didn't like really the production. To me, that between that album and Hip Hop Is Dead wasn't my most favorite Nas album, but all of the other albums, man, like I mean, to be honest with you, everybody praised Illmatic because it's lyrical, but production wise, it's unmatched.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you got to think about when he came out with Illmatic, that was an era where you got one producer, which is the DJ, the DJ been making beats, and then you got one rapper. So nowadays that kind of resurfaced, like now it's people producing, it's one producer and one artist on an entire album, see how things just cycle around 360 degrees. It's a cycle. It comes back, so, at the same time, hearing those guys, and listening to their choice of beats, it actually helps me too, when I'm producing somebody's record. I always ask them, I say, yo, do you got previous release music? I like to hear their music, because if I can hear their music, then I say, okay, well, I kind of know, it gives me something to work with. They style. It gives me a mindset of, okay, this is a trap rapper, or this is a boom bap rapper, or this is, one of them is all about energy. To me, trap music is all about the energy, like, they rapping fast, they doing it like that, just like drill, because the BPM is higher than a boom bap BPM. A BPM of a boom bap is slower, is at a slower pace. It could be anywhere between 80 to 90. I'm just throwing a number, BPM. But the trap beats, it's a faster BPM. You got 135 to 140 BPM, and drill music is even faster. You got some beats that's like 160, and this is industry standards. Some people, they make beats and they don't pay attention to the BPM. The beats per minute. They just go ahead and make the beat. They don't have that full understanding of conducting music. They just play by sound. So it's all about learning. Certain things. I go on YouTube and I watch videos and stuff, and just take heed to some things what people tell me, and I go back and do my own research, and I learn like that.
Me too. That's the best way to learn, though. You have to research every single day if you want to perfect your stuff anyway.
Yeah, I'm 38 years old. I never feel like, okay, it could be a 12-year-old. If he make dope beats and it's like, it's something about him, I say, you know what, I don't want to take, but I just want to get an understanding of how this kid became successful at 12 years old. Like how, somebody like me, I sell beats, but I struggle selling beats. And this 12-year-old, he got placements, because I'm at the stage, that's my goal right now. My goal is to have placements in the industry, like, have my music played when movies goes off, or in video games and stuff, get that real money. That's how you really, get money. That's placements, so as far as like doing beats for independent artists, that's cool. But like doing beats, producing industry cats, like major label artists, that's bigger, just to be honest, and people that's already, they already got their followers, they got their listeners, they got their fans, they selling records. Those are the people who I really got my eyes on, I'm focusing on. I recently had produced, we dropped the album, K-Bird from Sockesty dropped the album called Limitless. Y'all can get it. It's downloadable, streamable. It's on all platforms right now. It came out January the 1st. And K-Bird is an artist, a dope artist. I feel like that's not really mentioned too much. And he should be mentioned like awfully a lot. I think he's very underrated, as an artist, his grind, his lyrics, his songs, his energy. This guy grinds, man, like he really do. He got songs with industry cats like Crunchy Black. We just did a song. We doing a whole EP with Outlaws, EMD. I'm sorry. EDI, Mean, and Young Noble. Outlaws, the same guys that was on the Tupac wing. We doing a whole EP with them. So it's a new song called Street Fame. It's out there. Y'all go down, check it out, man. It's on YouTube right now. Check it out whenever you get time. EDI Mean, and K-Bird, Street Fame. But what I was saying was K-Bird, he got like songs that, a bunch of industry cats. He did songs with, like I say, Crunchy Black. He did a whole project with Project Pat, Little Flip. These are whole projects, so also The Game. He did a song with The Game. He did a song with Keith Murray, the old Keith Murray. He did a song with him, it's so many people, man. It's because LaChat, from 3 6 Mafia. Static X from the legendary group Brand Nubian. I mean, he's working, man. Like, so
Wow.
any artist from Georgetown, South Carolina, or any place from South Carolina, I encourage you to grind, man, to grind and go out there, sacrifice, invest, whatever you got to do if you want to be serious with this music. You know,
I know that's right.
you know, you can't just sit on the beats. You just can't sit on your music. You gotta record, get it out there. You know, because in these days of time, and we got families. You know, and I'm trying to make it the way there. Like, you know, longevity. Like I'm dead and gone. My wife and my kids is collecting my royalties. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, right now I'm 100% about business. I don't care. That's why I don't really rap like that no more. Like, I'm focusing about 100% of my time in producing. I dropped the album Today is Church. That was on Martin Luther King birthday. That was January the 15th. You know, it's a dope project. I only produced like probably 2 tracks on there. But I'm not, you know, I ain't even really pushing that album like that. I'm pushing, you know, K-Bird album, and you know, anything I got my hands on, I produce. That's what I'm pushing. Cloud level music, you know. That's what I'm doing. And because at the end of the day, you know, your heart got to be in it, you know. I feel like making beats right now, that's where my passion is at, you know, and it's showing, you know.
So what do you think is the favorite part about being a producer?
Learning, like listening to people, basically, like, I feel like you can get a lot out of like how you feeling. You could get a lot out of it more by when you making a beat. You know, like you can listen to. Let me tell you, this is the funny thing. You can hear a song, right, and you can actually tell what that person is going through by listening to their song. You know, like,
Absolutely.
now I'm rapping. You can do you know, somebody, if it's a real artist, it's a bunch of like it's a bunch of fake artists out there, but I'm talking about the ones who's really expressing themselves. You know, they're not money driven. You can listen to them and be like, okay, yeah, you know. But it's something about making beats. Making beats, you can listen to the melody, because that melody is the background. That's the sound of the beat. You know, like you can do a beat without a percussion. You can do a beat without a kick, a snare, a hi-hats, open, close. You can do a beat without that. I got beats like that. In fact, right now in the modern day boom bap era, like, you know, people is doing beats without any drums. You know, it's only we chopping samples and we keep looping it, and you know, you just hearing the melody. That's all you hearing. When you hear that melody, you can say, man, it sound kind of dark. You get what I'm saying? So you already know what that person, what time that person is on. and then some beats people do, it sound polished, it sound light, like it got a lot of light to it. They sound happy, in other words. So you could tell, like, you know, the spirit that these people is motivating in. So for me, I love doing beats. Like, I always did. It's just that I didn't have that much handles. Now I got all the handles. You know, I can do any type of beat. Like, I mean, I'm saying that humbly and, you know, confident. Like, I could do any type of beat. You know.
So with that being said, if you could get rid of one genre, which one would it be and why? Since you can do one.
You know what? I'm not a political person. Like, if you heard my last album, it's a song called Hidden Gender, right? Like, you know, like I was talking about like how people be political. They got to answer, you know, certain, because you asking me that question. Like, I'm from, let's check this out. I'm from the era where people had lyrics, like, you know, the dope beats, you know, the boom bap era. You know, I'm not saying that these young boys nowadays can't rap, but come on, let's be honest right now. Like, when drill came in, drill music, it's all about energy. Like, you know, you're not hearing stuff like when you know, like an old Benny Siegel or Cassidy when he was on top during the time. I'm think about Pat Poose when he was dropping punchlines and stuff. Nowadays you're not hearing guys like that. It's more so the younger generation. A lot of them, they focusing on that energy, that fast rap, and that's cool. That's cool. But when you also listen to their music, you're not listening to someone sitting at the table, writing and thinking you just I did it. That's all you hear. So if I got to get rid of a genre, man, like I'm gonna keep it 100. It would be drill to me. That's just me, my opinion. Drill, whether it's Chicago drill or New York drill, get that out of here, man. Get that out of here.
Oh my goodness!
And keep
So
boom back.
what do you think makes a great song besides just the melody? What else kicks that song in the third gear?
What else makes a great song besides the melody? The words, and sometimes, it's crazy because now we talking about lyrics. I'm a person that I like to listen to like poetic. I call it poetic scriptures, like poetic rhymes. Something that I can get from the music. If I listen to a song, whether it may not be Christian hip hop, it might be, just straight conscious. You know what I mean? Like a person just, they got some curse words on it, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if the message is out there promoting this violence, like killing somebody, shooting your mama, cocking a gun back, first of all, me personally, I don't too much care anything about it, but for business wise now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, what's unplugged? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Your camera.
My camera. Oh wow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say it like this right here. It's business. Money. My heart may not be into it. Oh wow. Yeah, I see right now. My bad.
Yo,
My heart may not be into it, like, but the music got to have a message behind it with me. I got to have a message. It's something that when I listen to that song, I got to be able to take from that song. It got to encourage me, or it got to teach me somewhere, or it's something that relatable. Because I did my time out there in the streets. I did my thing. At the end of the day, it's certain things that a person might say this guy is whack, or they may not understand that guy, but it's like, well, it kind of put me in a trance, like, oh, I remember that, and I could relate to that. So I like it. But like I say, like I wouldn't consider myself a violent person. Like I ain't never been violent. Some things we did, but I never been violent. I just say like this right here, like I let the young boy, and don't get me wrong when I say this, I let the young people be young people, because we was young. I ain't here to judge nobody or nothing, at the end of the day, it's a lot of dumb stuff I did. So, but I'm just saying the older me looking back right now, like, I'm like, of course I want to encourage it, man. I got 2 kids, so I'm like, nah, I'm trying to save my kids. That's why I don't know if you're familiar with the song called My Point of View, right? It's off my album. It was a single. I said at the beginning, I said, man, I got kids, man. I want them to live. I want them to grow. You know why I was saying that? Because music is especially hip hop. Hip hop is like one of the greatest influential things out there. Our culture. Everybody want to be part of our culture. Because that's what hip hop is a culture, a way of life, a way of living. The music is just the soundtrack. That's just, because it's different elements. You got DJing, you got breakdancing, you got rapping, you got graffiti, which is, drawing, tagging. That's, the art. That's what it is. It's not just about rap music. So at the end of the day, the rap music plays the biggest part, though, if you know what I mean, because when these people hear these songs, man, it's like they be in a trance. They become what they're hearing. You know,
Right.
if you consciously allowing yourself to listen to a rapper who, I'm gonna pull up on my op, shoot him with the wop, you know, then you know what, it's going to kind of encourage you, kind of like, because it's some songs I heard when I was young, when I was growing up, man. It's some songs I heard when I was growing up, like Mobb Deep. It was some song, it had me like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, yeah. you a kid, you got a gun, you put it to the window, you look in the mirror with it, like, yeah, So at the end of the day, if you did that, what these young kids gonna be doing? Understand that, it's a cycle, everything come back and revolve.
So tell me
full circle,
tell me what's the story behind your stage name?
Phineus Phenomenal. The funny thing is, okay, Phineus is my real name. Let me say that, right? I had different aliases. Everybody know when I started off doing music, my very, very first name was P Dolo. Then from P Dolo went to Don P, aka Don Benga, and Don Benga was given to me. That was given to a OG of mine, Super Diz. He gave me that name Don Benga because I was making beats for him and everything, and basically, I make a lot of bangers, not hit records, but bangers. It's a difference. Back in the days, I had a logic saying that, okay, a banger hits harder than just a hit. A hit is just a slap, but a banger's a bang, knock you down, you're behind. You know what I'm saying? So, but the name Phineus Phenomenal, it came from, I was just going by Phineus when, I started my new journey, and I was just like, I dropped Don Banger because the name by itself and Don P, that's, it's like a negative thing. But Don P has always been my nickname. My family called me that. So it's funny with that. But Phineus Phenomenal, I threw Phenomenal in because at first I was going with Phineus Phenom, but I didn't go through with it because I got flagged. I got copyright infringed, man. Like just for Phineas, my real name. So I'm my real name. Copyright, because I think it's a guy named Phineas II or something like that. And
Wow.
it's spelled exactly the way mine is spelled, and I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Come on. So yeah, that's wild, because I'm like, how you can't use your own name? This the name, my family gave me,
Right.
So this is my government, So I just said, I looked at it like, I said, what makes a person phenomenal? God. We only could do what he allows us to do. We got our own free will, but
Right.
man, if that door is not open, he ain't gonna let you in. You get what I'm saying? Now you gotta meet him halfway. Because it ain't no such thing sitting on the couch praying for $1 million and ain't doing nothing to get it, and you gonna get it. My faith is different. I don't believe in that. What I believe in, if you put yourself in a position and you ask God, you pray to God, and he do the rest for you. He got it.
Yeah.
But you got to put yourself in that position though. You can't just sit down on the couch waiting. You got to go out there and basically get it. But I threw Phineus Phenomenal. I put phenomenal in it because I said God is what makes me phenomenal. That's why I had like I wanna say greatest hits, but some of my best records I put together, I put this is what makes me phenomenal. That's so 'cause I did a Phenomenal series album. I did 1 and 2. I did 1 and 2. I did one back in 2001. I'm sorry, 2021. I'm saying 2021. And the other one was like 2022, Phenomenal 2. And they available all stores. They available iTunes, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, Tidal. Man, just check it out.
That was bringing me down to my most important question of the show. And the last question: where can we find some of your music? And you just put it all out there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All over the place, man. Like, I got the distributor I use is DistroKid. So they send it that's and you know, to be honest with you, that's the lazy way of doing it. But because I'm from an era where we used to press up our own CDs and stand on the block. Yo, $5 for the CD. I'll kick a verse for you. You know, that from that era. So, but now you ain't got to do that. You know, but you know, I notice a lot right now. People, they stream more than they download though. You know, that's the only thing that's hurting. You know, the people that do music streaming. But they supposed to be passing this law where it's like, you know, because you know right now we get paid, you know, it's 0.000, then it's the number. 0.000, then it's another number. 0.000, you know, that's how we get paid each stream, you know. But now they trying to pass a law, but they might have to, you know, raise your subscription rate, you know, make that higher. But they trying to pass a law where each stream is one penny per stream, and that's good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it'll be all well worth it. For real.
Yeah. Cause I mean, like even right now, and let me say this too, with my deals, right? Like with my beats, you know, I put together 2 series of well, it's gonna be a 3 series. Volume 3, Rejected Beats is coming soon. But I got 1 and 2 out right now. And you know, a lot of artists, I'm one of the producers that helps his home team out, right? And what I mean by that, like hometown and all. When I see a person is, you know, they dope, I like to work with them. You know, I'm business first, but you know, some guys, like I run a special, I'll be like, yo, you know, we could do, I get the back end pay, you know. But I also sell beats for $200. You know, that's how much my beats is, because we gotta look at it like, you know, I don't use loops. I'm a real producer. Like I make, you know, I got my own drums. Now,
Is that exclusive rights to the beats for $200?
Oh yeah. Exclusive rights. Leases, and I'm gonna say this right here. My lease is $50. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when you really serious with your craft, because with my exclusive rights, right? Let me tell you how I run mine. I run it quite different. Like, well, I give you the MP3, the wave, the track out. It's not a, it's a 50-50. But it's you get unlimited radio plays. You get unlimited radio plays, you get unlimited videos. You know, really the rate that I charge is people that's charging $2,000 and $1,000, you know, for that price. You know, so mine is $200. Only 10%. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, and the reason why I do that, because I know most artists, they don't have it out there unless they're working with a label, unless they got a loan from a label, and you know, they got a budget. But most artists don't have a budget. You know, they got tax money. That's their budget. so and it's the time of the year. So hey, y'all holla at me, man. Bring your tax money. You know, holla at me. You know, we can work out a deal. You know. Oh man, my stomach killing me, man.
You is wrong for that.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm one of the producers, man. I work with people, man. And I just, the only thing I ask in return is for them to have a BMI or ASCAP. You know, and they put me down. You know, with the BMI, they put my information in so I could get money, some back end pay. That's all I ask. And a split, and they be honest with that, with the split. I say 50-50 artist, 50-50 producer. You know, that's all I ask.
Okay. All right, Mr. Phenomenal. Thank you so much for being a guest today.
I thank you for letting me be here, because I really thank you, man. Like, you know, definitely, that's love.
I appreciate you. My purpose for Breaking the Silence is to get more awareness to people in our culture, people, period. You know, their talents, everything. So that's the reason for my platform to begin.
I peep your show.
you know.
I peep your show, so yeah, I peep it. It's definitely dope, man. And you know, I encourage you and to continue, you know, keep going. You know, it don't stop here. You know, a lot of people, they start off like this way right here, like on the internet. Then look at Drink Champs, FN, you know, and Nori. Like, you know, to the crazy thing is, I love that show. I love that, like, you know, because, you know, they get those guys drunk and they start talking. They start, you hear all kinds of stuff, you know, but they started like where they started at, and look at them, they the top podcasters right now. So, you know, definitely I see what God is he's gonna make your show even a bigger platform, because you can never, you never want to get settled. You always want to just increase, you know, fan base, financial, you know. So I definitely see that right there, because I was watching the episodes before. I'm like, yo, let me check out, let me see, you know, let me see what's up, you know, because, you know, you got people will come to you and they'll say, you know, something, and then it'd be like, well, okay, let me, you know, you got to do your due diligence. That's what I say. And I say I like the show.
Thank you. That means a lot. Well, everybody, y'all got to go out and support him.
Definitely do, y'all.
We got to get some beats. And, you know, I'm going to connect with you for some beats as well.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Podcast. I have to find a way to support everybody that comes on my podcast.
I got it. Let me say one more thing, too. Like, I want to encourage everybody, man, like, you know, do music, man. Like, you know, represent where you from and do it from the heart, you know. Put it out there. Any producer would want to love to work with you if he or she see that you're capable of, if they can get something from you, basically, like, you know, okay, I put my time, my effort, because people don't understand, like, when we make beats, it takes a lot of time. And even like these samples, I get my samples, I chop my samples from TrackLib, and to do that, you got to have an account on TrackLib, and TrackLib, I pay a monthly subscription, so that's me putting money just to make a beat, basically, if you think about it, you know, and time away from your wife, your kids, and everything. So y'all definitely, man, get on your grind, man. Get on your grind, and, you know, cloud level music, man. Phineus Phenomenal, you know. Y'all check out, like I say, check out K-Bird new song featuring Edie Amin, Street Fame. Also check out K-Bird new album Limitless, you know, is downloadable on all platforms. Y'all check them out.
Awesome. Support is the key, so we all can win. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for tuning into another episode of Breaking the Silence. Please like, share, subscribe to the Breaking the Silence podcast YouTube channel for snippets, updates, and more. Tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for open mic night with my co-host Kashara Peterson at 8 p.m. to hear some amazing talent from around the world. Tune in Sunday for an intense debate with my co-host Marley Mar. This debate's topic is going to be Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X with Nicholas Myers. Don't forget to stop by their website to grab one of my 5 books. So until next episode, stop procrastinating. Get up and make your dreams reality. Get up. It's time for you to make that dream come true. So tune in next time to Break the Silence together. Have a good evening.
Wasted too much time. Now I'm here and crying. And I don't think he's coming back. Been around the world tonight.
Hey, yo, Sway, you desperate for greatness, bro.
Been around the world tonight.